as confirmed by Tesla in their Q2 earnings call, with Reuters also reporting these incredible developments through exclusive access. However, despite being in production, as we've mentioned several times in previous episodes, Tesla has recently developed the habit of keeping designs of all new models tightly under wraps until their official launch. Every new car gets camouflaged with the front, rear, and even the interior completely covered up in mysterious wrapping. The Model 2 has been spotted multiple times during testing sessions, but none of us truly know what its final design looks like or what's hiding inside. That's why most of what we know about the Model 2 remains purely speculative, although it could be incredibly accurate based on what we've seen Tesla do with older Model 3 or Model Y versions. However, major changes for this car have recently been revealed based on a Model 2 prototype spotted in California through leaked documents and insider information. The truth is, when talking about the design of this car or any Tesla vehicle, it's not that big of a curiosity because Tesla's design philosophy remains typically minimalist when it comes to exterior styling. Even expensive cars like the Model S or Model X don't have many intricate details to discuss in depth. For a car priced under $20,000, it's even less intriguing as most people would understand that Tesla will make it as simple as possible. The image we mentioned at the beginning of this video represents the clearest illustration of what the Model 2 will likely look like. Tesla has completely redesigned the front end and headlights for the Model 2 in the most dramatic way possible. They've moved the headlights higher up and removed the signature light bar that's typically found on Tesla's more expensive premium models. On the Model Y, the headlights sit below the LED light bar, giving the SUV that premium, luxurious look that everyone recognizes. But obviously, a design meant for a $50,000 car doesn't quite fit for a vehicle priced under $20,000. Tesla has simplified it dramatically, making the front of the Model 2 more basic, and honestly we're quite pleased with this strategic change. While it's not a completely revolutionary new look, at least we can rely on it to distinguish the Model 2 from other models instantly. The Model 2 also gets equipped with a camera in the front bumper, and honestly, we're not too surprised by this incredible addition. During Tesla's Q2 earnings call, Elon Musk hinted that this vehicle will still support full self-driving just like Tesla's other revolutionary models. This represents a clear strategy from Tesla that's absolutely mind-blowing when you think about it. They're not going to remove the full self-driving hardware just to save a few $1,000s in production costs. While the model may not have all of Tesla's premium features, keeping the full self-driving hardware makes perfect sense strategically. Many Model 2 owners might use the car for robotaxi service when it's not in personal use, creating additional income streams. While the design represents just one small part of the overall curiosity surrounding the Model 2, the biggest debate for months has been whether the Model 2 will be a 2-door or 4-door car. Here's another survey question that's getting everyone talking across social media platforms and automotive forums worldwide. Would you prefer the Model 2 to have 2 Falcon wings like the Model X, or would you prefer it to have 4 regular doors for maximum practicality? Tesla has already implemented the Falcon wings design on the Model X and the butterfly doors on the Cybercab successfully. These allow for easier opening in tight spaces without needing much clearance on the sides of the car, which becomes particularly useful in crowded parking lots. However, we don't think this style will appear on the Model 2, and the price of $15,990 explains exactly why. The complex opening mechanism requires high-tech engineering, which increases both production and repair costs significantly over time. If the doors break, repairing the Model 2's doors could be more expensive than traditional ones, defeating the affordability purpose. So it would make much more sense for the Model 2 to stick with the traditional 4-door design like the Model Y. Though the soundproofing on the windows might not be as effective as premium models, creating a different acoustic experience. One bold change that we believe could impact the decision of some buyers is that this will be the first Tesla without a panoramic glass roof. It has been replaced with a solid roof panel painted the same color as the body for cost-effectiveness. This change could make the Model 2 feel more enclosed and may disappoint those buyers who were hoping for the open, airy feeling. Tesla's panoramic roofs typically provide that incredible sense of spaciousness that makes every drive feel like an adventure. If you've ever seen a Model Y on the road at night, you've probably noticed how absolutely stunning the rear light bar looks. Unfortunately, we have to reveal that Tesla will be removing it on the Model 2 completely. Before spotting this change on the prototype, we had already predicted from the start that this would be one of the things Tesla would change. Now it's almost certain that they're doing just that through confirmed leaked documents and official footage analysis. In place of the rear light bar, the Model 2 appears to simply have a panel painted the same color as the body. So there won't be an indirect light bar or reflective lights, creating that signature Tesla look everyone recognizes instantly. They're likely cutting costs by removing a feature that's not really necessary for basic functionality but represents pure stylish design element. You can imagine the rear of the Model 2 with this cost-cutting strategy in mind, and the results are quite different. Ultimately, to keep the price low, Tesla has removed both the front and rear light bars in this step-by-step reveal. Yeah, basically that's the exterior design of the Model 2, a stripped-down crossover version of the Model Y that maintains essential functionality. You might not have noticed this, but the Model X, which is also an SUV with many premium features, has had low demand. It doesn't contribute much to Tesla's sales figures compared to other models in their revolutionary lineup. The launch of the Model Y, an SUV with a price cut of nearly $45,000, opened up a completely new chapter. Now we have the Model 2, an SUV with a price cut of nearly $29,000 compared to Model Y pricing. Optimistically speaking, the demand for this car will likely be many times greater than for the Model Y breakthrough. And it will definitely mark a new era for Tesla's dominance in the affordable electric vehicle market. If you're finding this complete analysis valuable, please subscribe to Auto Intel and help us reach our incredible goal of 2,000 subscribers. Let's get back to the changes for this car that are absolutely mind-blowing when you see them. Starting with the inside, there are actually numerous changes here that will surprise you completely. And some of them are quite interesting because we think people might actually love them more than expected. As mentioned before, not only are the front and rear of the car covered, but the interiors of these new models are also mostly hidden. This car is no exception to Tesla's secretive approach to new model development and testing phases. We can see that many details are covered up because Tesla is intentionally keeping them under wraps until the official launch. First, the center console has been redesigned for the Model 2 in the most dramatic way possible. It's been lowered and positioned below the main screen, and the cup holder design is quite similar to what we've seen on the Cybertruck. Next, we have the disappearance of the rear screen, which represents an interesting omission for the future of Tesla's robotaxi network. It seems they've added rear screens to all of their cars, including the Model Y, to support the robotaxi network effectively. Passengers interact with the screen when sitting in the car during autonomous rides, creating a seamless user experience. However, you can also control everything through the smartphone app with incredible ease and functionality. So it seems the decision to remove the rear screen in the Model 2 might be a cost-saving measure strategically implemented. But it could also impact the vehicle's functionality in Tesla's robotaxi plans, as passengers may rely more heavily on digital controls. They'll use the smartphone app instead of a physical screen permanently mounted in the car for interaction. The removal of the rear screen and the reduction in the number of speakers are among the most noticeable changes in this version. In fact, the car doesn't even have A-pillar speakers that contribute to that premium audio experience Tesla owners love. Additionally, the fabric upholstery instead of vegan leather represents a clear adjustment, similar to what we've seen on Model 3 versions produced in Mexico. This makes the most sense as Tesla is also using fabric seats in the current rear-wheel drive Cybertruck model. They're also using them in a cheaper version of the Model Y that's only being shipped from Mexico currently. In fact, these changes aren't surprising at all, as they represent cost-saving measures that were predicted beforehand by industry experts. For example, fabric seats are $350 to $400 cheaper than vegan leather alternatives per vehicle. So choosing fabric helps reduce production costs significantly while maintaining reasonable comfort levels for daily driving. While the fabric seats don't have heating or ventilation features, for a price of just $15,990, this becomes completely acceptable. At the same time, reducing the number of speakers from 15 to 10 not only simplifies the sound system dramatically, it also saves at least another $300 per vehicle in production costs, contributing to affordability. All of these decisions are aimed at keeping the Model 2 at an extremely competitive price without compromising too much. The basic driving experience remains intact while cutting unnecessary premium features that drive up costs. Of course, Tesla has also completely covered the doors during testing, making it impossible to see details. It seems like they're hiding almost everything related to interior materials and design elements, so this might just be their way of keeping things under wraps. But it could also hint at some significant changes in materials and construction methods used throughout the interior. It's possible that they're using much cheaper materials across the entire door, like single-layer soundproof glass instead of double-layer glass found on the Model Y. Right now, when you step into a Model Y, it's really impressive and feels incredibly premium throughout. All the surfaces on the doors are soft to the touch, creating that luxurious experience Tesla owners expect. While the Model Y comes with an advanced ambient lighting system featuring RGB options, allowing users to experience multicolored light strips. These highlight the interior and create an incredible atmosphere that transforms the driving experience completely. The Model 2 takes a more minimalist approach to interior lighting that focuses on functionality over premium aesthetics. This model will only have white ambient lighting, providing a more basic lighting setup that still looks clean. From what we know through leaked documents, white lighting instead of RGB is something they've also implemented with Model 3 versions. These are being shipped from Mexico as part of their cost reduction strategy for international markets. The steering wheel appears pretty standard, although from this particular angle it seems slightly smaller than typical Tesla wheels. But that might just be the perspective from the spy shots we've obtained through exclusive access. We expect the control stalks to be similar to what's found on the Model Y for consistency. The Model 2 won't have a gear shifter, so everything will be controlled via the touchscreen interface just like other Tesla models. Now, as for other functions, we won't know for sure until Tesla releases the car officially to the public. But one thing they might change is using a non-motorized trunk, which seems unlikely given practical considerations for users. The Model Y's trunk and rear hatch really depend on having a motor for smooth operation and user convenience. But when the Model 3 first launched, it didn't come with a motorized trunk as standard equipment initially. So it's possible they'll go in that direction to cut costs while maintaining basic functionality for storage. Of course, in order to make a significant contribution to the cost reduction of the Model 2, minimalist interior and exterior designs won't be enough. They'll definitely have to use a smaller and cheaper battery pack that delivers acceptable performance for the price point. On the Model 2, the battery could account for around 25 to 38% of the car's total value. So to hit that $15,990 price point, we wouldn't be surprised if performance becomes somewhat limited compared to premium models. In fact, the Model 2's battery has been hinted at in Tesla's overall master plan Part 3, which specifically mentions revolutionary developments. This compact car will use a 53 kWh battery pack with lithium iron phosphate cells for optimal cost-effectiveness. However, we don't see this as a downside when you consider the target market and use case. For a car designed with simplicity and efficiency in mind, a 53 kWh battery actually strikes the perfect balance. It provides adequate performance while maintaining cost-effectiveness that makes the vehicle accessible to millions of potential buyers. The reality is most potential buyers of the Model 2 aren't looking for a 300-mile range capability. If that's what they need for long-distance travel, they can always upgrade to the Model 3 or Model Y. The Model 2 benefits from an aerodynamic design, compact size, and lightweight wheels that improve efficiency dramatically. So with this battery pack, it can easily achieve an estimated range of about 250 miles. That's plenty for daily driving, commuting, and most typical use cases that average drivers actually need. Don't forget to subscribe to Auto Intel and help us achieve that exciting 2,000 subscriber goal that we're working toward. Among Tesla's 3 factories in North America, Fremont seems to be the most feasible choice for Model 2 production. The other facilities are currently tied to different models and handling large production volumes that are already maximized. Fremont is currently producing the Model Y, and since the Model 2 is said to share production lines with the Model Y, this makes the Fremont factory a more logical choice for efficient manufacturing and cost control. However, Tesla has clarified that the production line only started operating in June to build a few prototypes for testing. Mass production is expected to begin in the second half of the year after the car officially launches to consumers. It's been 4 years since Elon Musk first mentioned plans for this car, and we really think this represents a vehicle Tesla has been delayed on. We're super excited that it's finally arriving, and November this year will surely be a breakout event for this car. If you're ready to discover these game-changing secrets about Tesla's future, please subscribe to help us reach our incredible goal of 2,000 subscribers. Essentially, the minimalism we mentioned above doesn't seem too extreme when you consider the price point and target market. It still makes a lot of sense to us from both business and consumer perspectives in today's challenging economic environment. But what do you think about these strategic changes and cost-cutting measures that Tesla is implementing? Would you be satisfied if these cuts are implemented in the Model 2 as your daily driver? Drop a comment below to let me know your thoughts and let's get this conversation going across the community. Thanks for watching this complete analysis with behind-the-scenes footage and insider information. Goodbye and see you next time for more incredible automotive breakthroughs and exclusive reveals.